People with INTP personality are fantastic friends, and let me give you a few reasons why I think that's the case. INTPs are very knowledgeable and smart, and if you have a problem that requires a solution, they will figure it out, okay? If you come to them and you're like, hey, I have this specific problem, can you help me? They're on it. They are already on it. They're already Googling how to do whatever it is that you need to do. If you've got like a problem that needs fixing, they got you. They'll give you a solution. That's because they actually enjoy solving problems. They like finding out how to do stuff, and they actually enjoy helping other people, especially friends. So they want to help you out. If you've got a problem, just go to them. It will make their day if they can help you find a solution, and then you look at the solution and you're like, wow, that's fantastic. That will be so great for them. They'll be so happy, and you will be happy. Your problem fixed. This is how you measure how much INTP likes you. Okay, if you've got a problem and you come to INTP, the measure, the distance that they are willing to go to solve your problem is how much they like you. INTPs are good friends to have because they always have something interesting to say, or something interesting they've been reading about lately. They don't always say it in like a public conversation because they don't want to be pushy towards other people. But if you ask them, hey, what you've been reading lately? What's on your mind? What have you been researching? Then prepare to have a few hours with them where they tell you specific details about something very interesting, at least to them. Okay, but if you want to hear something interesting, just ask them. They always got something. They always are researching something. A good quality in a friend is advice, you know, where you tell them something that you're going through and they can give you advice. And one good thing about INTPs is that they will never give you advice that they haven't thought through 100%. So sometimes INTPs will not give you advice at all. They will just bring you both sides and tell you pros and cons and leave the decision up to you, because they are never too confident in their decision, because they always have these possibilities in their minds, what could be true, what could not be true. So don't expect false advice from INTP, which is good. You know, they think through their advice and they will only give you advice if they are 100% sure about it. Imagine you are watching a movie with an INTP, okay? And the movie is kind of confusing. You're not really sure what's going on. But INTPs have this magic quality about them that they always know what's going on in the movie. So if you ask them, where's this come from? They'll explain like this and that and this. Sometimes it can get annoying when they just start talking during the movie, but if you're confused about a movie that you're watching right now, just ask them. Are you one of these people that hates phone calls? Me too. So why INTP is a good friend? Because they will never call you. They will always text you. They will never grab the phone and dial your number. It may be even in an emergency. They'll just text you, hey, I've lost my legs. I've lost both my legs. Please come. But they will not call, because calling it's too much. So if you prefer texting, you're good. There are some friends that are high maintenance, let's say, okay? They can't just go somewhere and just hang out. They always have to do something, go somewhere, buy something. But INTPs are opposite. They just want to hang out. They don't really need that much, you know, because they have so much going on inside their heads. They don't really need external things to keep them interested, you know. Just a conversation is enough for INTP. Just a conversation about something they like and you like. It's enough. You can sit on the sofa, you can watch a movie. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do any fancy stuff. So it's good to have a friend like that. Sometimes you need an idea. Sometimes you need some brainstorming. Okay, you need a brainstorming exercise, you want to come up with something, but you're not quite sure what that's going to be. And INTPs are like with brainstorming. If you ask them, I need an idea about this thing, then be prepared for the avalanche of crazy and creative ideas coming from an INTP, because that's all INTPs do. They just get these weird, wacky ideas all the time, and if you ask them to just speak them as they come up with them, then they're just not going to stop talking. Brainstorming is so much fun for INTP. Let me ask you a question. Do you like laughter? Do you like happy, fun times and jokes? Well, that's good, because INTPs have really good sense of humor. They can get some sarcastic sense of humor as well, but it's great, you know. They can get a little dark sometimes, but it's a breadth of humor that they've got. It's deep, it's thought through, it's thoughtful, it's witty. INTPs just have a great sense of humor. So if you like funny people with good humor, INTP is your person. A good quality of a friend is when you need to hear some truths. Okay, you've done something, you've made something, and you need some constructive feedback. You don't need people telling you, oh, this is so great, this is fantastic, where they've not even seen it. You need some constructive criticism, and INTP will give you just that. They will give you some spicy constructive criticism. Better be prepared for it, because they are very honest about it. But if you want constructive, and it will be constructive, it won't just be bad mouthing whatever it is that you did. They will be very constructive, detailed and specific in their feedback. So take it on board, because it's probably good feedback. If you don't like friends that are always on your case, like they text you every day, every hour, they always want to do something, they're always asking you how you're doing. If you don't want a friend like that, then INTP is for you, because INTPs give you space. They want space, they give you space, they are still friends, they understand that you have separate lives, you know. They are introverted and they like their own time, and they know that you want your own time as well. So they leave you space, but if after some time you want to spend some time together, good, they'll be fine with that. But if you want some time alone, they will give you some time alone. It's always good to have a friend that's not gullible, you know, that if they see something that seems kind of fishy or something that doesn't seem too good, they will tell you, they will warn you. They are usually overthinking things, so when something comes up, they'll overthink it, and then if they think it's not very good, they'll tell you, and they'll save you some problems in the future. Because INTPs are introverted, they don't really need that many compliments. You know, you don't always have to tell them how good they are, how good they look, and things like that. I mean, you could, because they value compliments, but they don't need them too much. Okay, they value their own assessment of themselves, sometimes more than the assessment of other people about themselves. So they don't really need compliments. But if you've got a friend INTP, just give them a compliment. But they don't need it, so that's good. INTPs may sometimes not show their emotions, but they have a great range of emotions that they feel. They can at the same time think they are the best and think they are the worst at the same time for some reason. So they have this massive depth of emotions. So they might not show their emotions sometimes, but sometimes they will. Because they feel emotions so deeply, they will try to understand your emotions as well. And if you're happy and they are sad, they have ability to be happy for you as well. And opposite, if they are happy, you are sad, they will be feeling sad with you. If you like a specific topic, and INTPs like that topic as well, then be prepared to have very detailed, very deep conversations about that topic. And it's good, it's interesting, you know, when you like the same game or same type of music or whatever, or if you like airplanes and airplane engines, then having a chat with INTP about the things that they like, it's like reading an encyclopedia, but just in a conversation and in a condensed and very interesting form. So if you like a specific thing that INTPs like as well, then you're gonna have some good times. Imagine you're feeling a bit down. Something happened and you're not feeling too good, you know, but it's late. It's very late into the night and there's no friends to talk to. You need someone to talk to, but there's no one. But INTPs are always online at night for some reason, you know. If you need a friend at night, online, then INTP is your person. Sometimes their status says they're offline, but you text them and then they're not offline. They just like to pretend they're offline, but they are up all night. So if you've got a problem at night and you need a friend, INTP is there for you. INTPs don't like to do repetitive and pointless tasks. Some people might say they bother with maybe laziness and procrastination, but I disagree. They value their time, okay? So instead of doing pointless tasks and repetitive tasks, they always look for hacks and shortcuts, which is a smarter way to do things, okay? They'll work on a way to do things in a quicker way instead of doing it the pointless way. So if you have an INTP friend, they will share their shortcuts and their hacks with you, whatever it is that you're doing. If you need an objective opinion about something, then INTPs are just right for that. They can hold two opposing opinions in their heads at the same time and think that both are possible and just weight them, judge them. They always are the ones to play the devil's advocate. You know, someone disagrees with something and their reason for disagreeing with the idea is not right. So INTPs will come in and they'll take the idea that they might not agree with anyway, just to be fair, just so that the reasoning is sound. So if you need an objective opinion, then ask an INTP, because they never think that something is impossible. Okay, there's always a possibility, and that you have to come to these conclusions in an objective way. If you like sounds, if you like music, then INTPs are very good, because INTPs have very good taste in music. They have a great breadth of different styles that they listen to, different genres and different artists that you've never heard of. Like, they will give you an artist that has like 15 listeners because they found it and they listen to it, and it's great. So they have a fantastic taste in music. So if you like music, INTP, very good. INTPs are not too needy and they will not ask for favors often. If you don't like people that always ask you for a favor, always ask you about something, that's not INTPs. INTPs like to be very self-reliant. They like to solve problems and they love to solve their own problems. They are very independent and they are very able to do things on their own. And they enjoy it. So don't expect INTP to ask you for favors often. INTPs are also humble. They're not ones to brag too much about things, because they're not very, let's say, confident in their own ideas, because their ideas are always evolving. There are always new information that they gathered that maybe shook their ideas that they just had. So their ideology is always in flux. They're not 100% sure about things. So that makes them humble, because The more you learn about things, the more you see that you know very little, and that's how INTPs feel. One good thing about INTPs is that if you are their friend and you are opposite gender, but you would like to be friends, you don't have to worry, because INTPs are introverted and they will not hit on you, at least not in a very open way. Whatever it is, INTPs might have a crush on you for years and they will make 0 moves on you and will just continue to be your friend. So if you worry about that, don't have to. INTPs are very rebellious and, let's say, non-conforming. They are independent thinkers. They have their own ideas, they think through their own ideas, and they come to their own conclusions. So it's good to have a friend like that, to always have a different view, different opinion, something that you might have not thought about, they might have thought about already, you know. So it's always good to have someone in your friend group that has different way of thinking. If you are into gaming, for some reason INTPs, if they like to play games, are quite good at games. So if you want an INTP friend for gaming, then they're gonna be fine. They're gonna do good. They are good gamers. INTP, very good gamers, especially strategy games, but all games, they're good. INTPs are incredibly curious. Whenever there's time that they don't do anything, their mind is always racing, thinking about possibilities, next ideas, and about future, about past. They're always incredibly curious about almost everything. If they find something that they didn't know, it usually piques their interest to go research that thing. So it's always good to have a friend like that, that's always curious, because they push you to improve and to be curious about other things as well. Because INTPs are very independent and introverted and independent thinkers, they can sometimes get stuck in their own loop, in their own thinking that they can solve their own problem and think about it, then come up with a solution, try it, doesn't work, then they think that it's their fault. You know, it's a loop of thinking. So INTPs get very good with other people around them to help them out a little. You know, so if you've got an INTP friend and you help them out here and there, lift them when they're down, maybe ground some of their ideas, they get really good. They can get very productive, very helpful, and just very good friends. INTPs are also very loyal. If they have you as a friend, then they will be very loyal because they don't have that many friends. And that's because they don't like that many people. You know, if you are their friend, they think you are a very special person and they treat you like a very special person. Sometimes it may seem like they forgot about you. Sometimes it seems like they don't ever think about you, but they do, and they are very loyal, and if you need something from them, they will be there for you. INTPs also have a gift of knowing what to do when they don't know what to do. When a situation occurs that no one really knows what to do about, they'll be the first to come up with ideas and find out what to do. If there's like a chaotic situations, they are the ones that are calm, they think things through, then they don't rush to a decision, they rather maybe read about it, figure out how to go about it, and then provide that information to everyone else. So they adapt very well to new situations, new environments, and it's always to have a friend that always seems to know what to do. Now that you know how great INTP as a friend is, go get yourself an INTP friend right now.